Up here at Red Box, first day they're open after the Bobcat fire, and it is packed. There were no spots available. There's some places where they plowed where there's snow there, and there's snow here. Well, we're backpackers. We got this. We broke out the snow shovels, and we took a 4 foot down to a 1.5 feet. Right, Adam?
Hell yeah.
We got this.
It's about as DIY as it gets.
So we're here with Steve and Jen. We're gonna go down to how far are we going down?
Miles.
To what? Valley Forge Campground. So that's where this one's taking place. That's the 2 highway. If you look over there, watch, you'll see Baldy. Let's see Baldy in the distance, Baden Powell, and we're over here by the Red Box Cultural Center, which is not open right now. They're having problems renewing their lease or something. I don't know if it's going to open again. I hope it does. But this road takes you to Mount Wilson, which is closed, and takes you to a bunch of trails that go down to a bunch of historical places. But this is where our trip begins today. We're up here on Silent Hill, and Steve's got all the history on this place.
It used to be called Opitz Camp. I want to say probably the turn of the late 1900s, early 20th century. And it was a resort, but there was no road to get here, so I think a lot of people came in. You had to hike or take horses, but it was a resort like Mount Lowe.
Came in on the Gabriel trail?
Yeah, probably that too. And then Long Beach bought it in '48, and it was like a summer camp. There's a lot of buildings.
They called it Sleepaway Camp back then. They made a movie.
They should reopen. They should fix that.
You can look this up online, and if you type in Valley Forge Campground, you'll see a friend of mine. He's since passed away, senior hiker, but he's got a video on this where he tells a lot of the history on it too. His videos aren't videos; they were more like pictures, and then he'd do like how you talk.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of the history on this building back here.
There's a lot of neat history here. Just the fact that it was a resort, and then that the school bought it. There's an Instagram page that it's for all the alumni that ever went here since 1948, because it closed, I want to say 2007, 2008. A lot of kids came here and spent a week or two learning about the forest and the mountains. It's pretty cool.
I bet you this trail was the one those guys started on to cross the range that ended up over by in Azusa on the Pasadena Fishing Club.
Yeah.
When they were lost and they got caught in the blizzard.
They probably just
This is probably where they came through, and on a 2-week trip they got stuck down there at the Pasadena Fishing Club, not the one that's there now. If you know the Azusa West Fork River, not the one that's on the south side now, but you go up quarter mile or so across the river, you'll see the foundation, and you'll see a memorial they placed for it, a brass memorial. You have to look through the brush. It's covered by berries, but they knocked on that door and they said, "Hey, we're lost. We're caught in this blizzard. We smelled your fire. What are you guys doing here?" They told them we're a fishing club. And so, not to be outdone, those guys were the ones that went back into Bear Creek, and not at the second camp, not the camp. That's what we thought for years. That's what John W. Robinson actually said. But we found different. We found that was a mistake. That second camp cabin, that wasn't there. But further up, that first one, that was the fishing club. But John W. Robinson listed that as being the place where the guy that lived that named Bear Creek. But we found that further upriver, a few miles, up at the fork of West Bear Creek and Bear Creek on the northwest corner. You climb up there and you'll find it. There's even a little place where they have a wall where there's a brand, a cattle brand, And that cattle brand, if you type in cattle brands of the ancient San Gabriels or the old time San Gabriels, you'll see that cattle brand as one of the cattle brands that come down through Brea Canyon and down towards Mexico. There's a lot of history up here.
I think one of the guys, I could be wrong, one of the guys that was caught in that snowstorm was Markham, who used to be governor of California, I want
Yes.
to say. And that's what that peak right over here is, that's who that's named after, Mount Markham.
Okay, there you go. So that probably verifies it. This, what we're on, this is probably the exact trail they walked where they got lost in that blizzard. Look at all the ladybugs. It's ladybugs. It's starting already.
Oh yeah.
Ice House Canyon, if you guys know Mount Baldy, go to Ice House Canyon. About this time, with the next couple, there will be billions. The ground will turn red. Look at this.
We would have to keep going. This is the non-labeled trail off the side of the road. Okay.
We got a funny story about that too.
Poor Gabriel.
Yeah, you were with us.
I was with
My friend Gabriel went down to the river at Prairie Fork.
Yeah, Mine Gulch.
And Mine Gulch, Prairie Fork and Mine Gulch, right where East Fork meets Prairie, went down to the river at night to get some water. And when he bent over and he leaned over and he was getting in there, all of a sudden we heard him screaming like he was being murdered. We went down there and he goes, "There's something all over me, it's all over down my pants." And we looked and he was red. It was all going down his back, going down his butt crack, just ladybugs everywhere. And hours later, he's in his bivvy and he's screaming.
Oh, that was at Mine Gulch.
Yeah, he's screaming, "Ah, more! There's more ladybugs!"
Oh, I miss Gabriel. I miss that guy.
So, Gabriel, in the name of Gabriel, there's the ladybugs. A lot of funny stories back here too. So if you look at some of your older maps, it says West Fork is a good fishing, camping area. Up until 1996, you could drive your car all the way down here to West Fork. But right here, hardly ever seen this flowing. This reminds me of Prairie Fork coming into Mine Gulch, with the exception of that hill there. But we're headed down to Valley Forge. That's the actual trail, but we're taking the road because it's kind of wet down there. Went with the Go Light, My Trails, Poncho Tarp, up to down to some brush fallen down here. It's my pack. That's a hummingbird pack. There'll be a link in the details. Forgot my tie bag, so I split a trash bag. Thermal light, some Amazon Air pad, and a overquilt. That's my sleep system. Titanium plate, titanium spoon, Trangia. Cool thing about Trangia is when you're done, you can save the fuel, put it out, use it later. So I've got a hardcore Knorr vegetable soup and a roll. This is all, well, mostly it's poison oak. But there used to be a bridge right there. See the two metal I-beams that were coming out? Looks like a possible campground over there too. This will go down to DeBoer and West Fork eventually. Oh yeah, it looks like there used to be some sort of bridge here too. See a trail there. These are all berries. Some kind of, I don't know what it is up there. There's a water tank. He forgot his seat.
Don't get cocky.
What would you do with drunken sailor? What would you do with drunken sailor? Moonwalk! That is sketchy coming across. No room for error. Here's our camp over there. There's where I was down there. We crossed the log. Miners and lettuce. Musk. I made it to the top of the peak across the river from us. See what was up here. Whew. There's a big pipe down there. I'm not sure where that goes. Oh, I thought I made it to the top. Fault summit. There it is. There's the summit up there. There's another trail coming down. I believe that one's called Rattlesnake. I'm within 10 feet of elevation of the summit. I'm not going to go through this. I'm not going through this stuff. This is the stuff you make cordage out of. Very strong, very easy, and very plentiful. Yeah. During the Bobcat fire, the bridge burnt out. No more bridge. More campgrounds on this side. It looks like the table's burnt up. Restroom burnt up.
Like cafe.
Like a Vargo titanium stove. MSR kettle.
Yep.
Trangia. This is Vargo, right?
That's
no,
Trangia.
Trangia. And I'm going with this. A little butter on the coals. Steve cutting up some carrots.
I'm cooking in this.
All right, some stew.
Yep.
Right on.
I'm gonna
Stew?
make potato soup.
Potato stew. Woo! That was good last time you made it.
Yeah, but I'm making it homemade this time.
And got some those chili rellenos, chilies.
Smoking the poblano chilies.
Chili down. For tonight. That's for tonight. Actually, no, that'll be for tomorrow on the way out. That's for tomorrow morning for breakfast. Yeti chocolate strawberry beer. The refrigerator. My fish is grilling under there, under those coals. And Steve's got his stew going.
Okay, because that's my next trip.
Yeah, mine's going now.
Right?
Jennifer's making some
Potato soup.
potato soup.
And you're not
Homemade. Homemade.
homemade.
Made by a hoe?
It's
Yes.
homemade.
100% homemade.
Made by a hoe.
And it's gonna be good.
That soup that I made was the world's most amazing soup because it's like the first thing you eat and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
so fresh and flavorful.
Balsamic vinegar.
Because all you've had is lemon
Set.
and maple syrup.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
And I didn't even do the cayenne. I couldn't handle it. So I just did lemon and maple syrup. And I eat it as a soup. I eat it up, or I drink it. And I just you get over it. Where you're just when you want to eat it. You're just like, fuck it.
Fish was great, huh?
It was so good.
Good fish. Now we got this bread with butter and balsamic vinegar. Oh, it's so good.
Really good.
Feast. That was 1 pound, 1 1/3 pounds of cod.
Is this yours?
Uh-huh. Works
Really?
good. It works good for spreading the butter
It
though.
does.
That was good.
Yeah, it
Fish was
really
good.
Who was
Here.
as good as my French fries?
I got.
Oh,
I'm no.
French fries were the best. I'm sorry. I like potatoes more than I like fish.
Okay, everybody's going to sleep. And got my food hanging right there. Not much left. Oatmeal, coffee. But in the morning we'll have breakfast and then head out. Just a quick overnighter. Now, Z-Light, this, what's that called? Ecotech Outdoors. It's pretty cool. It works. And I forgot my tie bag, so I got a trash bag. I got my overquilt, and for a pillow I'll have this, and that's it. More in the morning. Well, it probably got down to the low 30s or high 20s, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely at least 36 when we left that. So.
Well, look at the backside of my tarp here. Frost. There's frost all over. Look at that. And that overquilt didn't cut it. I should have brought my full sleeping bag. I ended up sleeping on my stomach so I could pull the quilt in at both ends. I used 2 hand warmers. Didn't help much, but better than nothing. But I did manage to get some sleep. I had a time lapse going back there on one of the back table out there, shooting up that direction. Don't know how it came out, but I'll add it to the video. This is Valley Forge. Nice campground. Is coffee
I'm
going?
reheating my coffee.
Got some an omelet made with powdered eggs,
Goose eggs.
oatmeal, some coffee. And Jennifer's making what?
Egg, fake toast, or fake
What is that?
bacon. This is fake bacon, and I have
Fake bacon?
potatoes and peppers, and I'm making some toast. Yeah.
Fake bacon. So we're up here packing to go out. We're almost all ready to get out of here. But we noticed something. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. If any of you guys know anything about this. Look at this. Boy Scouts of America. Troop. What looks to be, it looks to be 203. In June of '88. If you, your dad, your son, your mom, your second cousin was a Boy Scout troop, looks like to be 203 or yeah, it looks like 203 in June of '88. And you know anything about this, the pouring of this, and if any of you were there then and have come back since and visited this area, we'd like to know, you know, just where you were at that time, where you might be, how your life has changed, things you saw and did here, if you've kept in touch with any of your old friends from that era. All that stuff is interesting. So, Boy Scout Troop 203, 688. If you carried that cement down here, if it was driven down here, what you know about this place? And the people that you were friends with back then. It's just all interesting. Okay, it's been doused, stirred, flipped. It's all sloshy. And a lemon on top. No trash left. We're even taking out some extra cans and stuff from foil that we found along the way. This is where the bobcat fire came through.
Oh, look at that saw.
No buck saw right there hanging on the fireplace. My dad has had one. I have it now, just like that, except it's got a rubber handle on one end. He trimmed the trees throughout the yard. 50 years in that house, maybe a little more. Since 1970. Maintained the yard with that saw. Built me a tree house and a plum tree with that saw. Okay, Adam just had a John W. Robinson sighting. I know it sounds crazy, but it looks like an old hiker up there with an old school backpack in between those two trees. You can even see the molly straps on the backpack, dude.
Yeah, it's fully detailed.
He's got a high trekking pole. I'll zoom in.
Here we go.
Yeah, in between the trees. Right there, the center of the screen. See, you got the backpack on, the straps, the right arm's going out, holding the trekking pole. You can see the left shoulder, you can see the head. I'll zoom in further. When you zoom in further, it's denied. It's a tree, it's a stump or something. But look at that, right there. Backpacker walking upriver. So cool. Can you
Oh God, yeah.
see the right arm holding that,
Yeah.
holding the pole, holding a stick?
Just like standing there, taking a little break, watching the water.
What? Do the position he's in.
What's this?
He's like that, holding the trekking pole.
Backpack.
Yeah, with the backpack on. You can even see the molly straps on the backpack.
Wow, that's wild.
Pretty neat, huh?
That's very
Go get on his back. Go ride him piggyback, Jen.
cool. Okay. I'll be right back.
Get on his shoulders.